What if one of the largest stars in our galaxy was on the brink of a cosmic explosion? Elon Musk reckons that's exactly what's about to happen. Musk, who's known for making bold predictions, isn't just talking about rockets or electric cars this time. He's sounding the alarm about something much bigger. He reckons Betelgeuse, one of the most famous stars in our galaxy, is set to explode within the next 2 weeks. And it's not just a spectacular light show he's predicting. Musk says the effects could hit Earth, particularly in parts of New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut. So what's the story here? Is it really possible that a star over 600 light-years away could have an impact on our planet? And why is Musk so convinced that Betelgeuse is about to go supernova? In this video, we'll go over everything you need to know about this potential cosmic event, from what Betelgeuse is, to why its explosion could be closer than we think, and whether we should be concerned about its effects on Earth. Betelgeuse is one of the brightest stars you can see with the naked eye. Betelgeuse is located in the constellation Orion, where it marks the shoulder of the mythological hunter. Despite its peaceful red glow, this star is anything but calm. It's a red supergiant, which is a star that's roughly 700 times the size of our Sun and nearing the end of its life. For years, scientists have observed unusual behavior from Betelgeuse. It has been dimming and brightening in irregular cycles, which could mean that the star is unstable. Betelgeuse dimmed significantly in 2019 and 2020, to the point where it was noticeable even without a telescope. This sudden dimming led to a lot of discussion in the scientific community. Was the star about to explode? A supernova is the final explosive stage in a massive star's life. When a star like Betelgeuse runs out of fuel, its core collapses under the force of gravity, triggering an explosion so powerful that it can outshine entire galaxies. When Betelgeuse finally explodes, it will create a light show visible from Earth, possibly even during the daytime. But here's where it gets really interesting. While most scientists agree that Betelgeuse will eventually explode, no one was expecting someone to put a specific timeline on it. Until now. Elon Musk has gone on record to say that Betelgeuse could explode in just 2 weeks, and it could be more dramatic than we ever imagined. Before we look at Musk's bold prediction, let's talk more about why Betelgeuse is such an important star. This star has fascinated us for centuries, not just because it's so bright, but because it's a cosmic giant. A red supergiant like Betelgeuse is nearing the end of its life cycle. These types of stars burn through their fuel pretty quickly. When they do, they collapse and explode in a supernova. When Betelgeuse eventually goes supernova, it'll be one of the most spectacular astronomical events humanity has ever witnessed. To give you an idea of what I'm talking about, Betelgeuse is about 640 light-years away, which is quite a distance. But in cosmic terms, it's actually quite nearby. It's actually very close. When it explodes, it could be as bright as the full moon and visible for weeks, maybe even months. For astronomers, this would be a fantastic chance to study a supernova as it happens. Supernovas are responsible for creating many of the elements that make up planets and even life itself. The carbon in your body, the oxygen you breathe, and the iron in your blood were all forged in the heart of a star like Betelgeuse, billions of years ago. Okay, let's go back to Elon Musk. Why is Musk saying that Betelgeuse is going to explode in just 2 weeks? Scientists have been keeping an eye on the star for years, but nobody has ever put a specific timeline on when it'll supernova. Musk's warning has got the attention of astronomers and the public, especially because he says that Betelgeuse's explosion could have a direct impact on Earth. Musk thinks the explosion could release enough radiation and energy to disrupt parts of the United States, particularly New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut. The idea is that gamma rays and cosmic rays, which are types of high-energy radiation, could reach Earth and interact with our atmosphere in ways that could disrupt technology, communication systems, and potentially even human health. So what actually happens when a star goes supernova? When a star like Betelgeuse runs out of fuel, it can no longer support its own weight against gravity. The star's core collapses in on itself, creating a shock wave that triggers an explosion. The outer layers of the star are hurled into space, unleashing an incredible amount of energy. As a matter of fact, a supernova can briefly outshine an entire galaxy. During this explosion, The star releases light, radiation, and particles at levels that are hard to imagine. If Betelgeuse does go supernova, it'll probably be visible during the day, which is pretty much unprecedented in modern human history. But what about the potential impact on Earth? The general consensus among scientists is that although Betelgeuse's explosion will be visible from Earth, it's far enough away that it probably won't pose a serious threat to life on our planet. It'll take about 640 years for the dangerous radiation, like gamma rays, to reach us. By then, it'll probably lose much of its potency. But that doesn't mean we're completely in the clear. Even though Betelgeuse is relatively far away, there's still a chance that some of the radiation could affect our technology. Satellites, for example, are particularly vulnerable to cosmic radiation. If the gamma rays from Betelgeuse's supernova hit Earth, they could interfere with satellite communications, GPS systems, and possibly even electrical grids. The level of disruption would depend on the intensity of the radiation, but it's something scientists are keeping a close eye on. It's also possible that cosmic rays, which are another type of high-energy particle, could have an impact. While most cosmic rays are deflected by Earth's magnetic field, some could make it through and increase radiation levels on the surface. This could pose a risk to people at high altitudes, such as airline pilots and astronauts, who would be more exposed to these particles. I imagine you're wondering whether we should be concerned. The short answer is no, but there are a few things to keep in mind. While it's unlikely that the explosion of Betelgeuse will cause widespread destruction on Earth, there are still some potential risks, particularly when it comes to technology. As we said earlier, satellites could be affected, which could lead to temporary disruptions in communication and navigation systems. In today's world, where technology is so important, even a short disruption could have a big impact. That said, most scientists think that the distance between Betelgeuse and Earth is enough to protect us from the worst-case scenarios. While we might have some minor tech issues, it's unlikely that Betelgeuse's explosion will cause widespread damage. And what about Elon Musk's prediction about New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut? Most experts are skeptical. It's unlikely that a supernova this far away could cause the kind of localized destruction that Musk is warning about. So why is Musk making such a bold prediction? It's possible that he has access to new data that hasn't been widely shared yet. Or he may be using the public's fascination with space and science to draw attention to a potential event that's been on the radar for years. Either way, his prediction has reignited interest in Betelgeuse, and people all over the world are now keeping an eye on this cosmic giant. While there are some pretty worrying scenarios around Betelgeuse potentially going supernova, this cosmic event is also a great chance for the scientific community to make some amazing discoveries. It would also give us a better understanding of the structure of the observable universe and help us understand our place in the wider cosmic picture. If Betelgeuse were to explode soon, it would be one of the most significant astronomical observations in modern history. For astronomers, the chance to observe a supernova at such a relatively close distance is a once-in-a-lifetime event. Most supernovae happen in far-off star systems outside our galaxy, which makes it tough to get detailed data before the light fades and it reaches Earth. But Betelgeuse, just 700 light-years away, would let scientists study every phase of the explosion in incredible detail. A supernova gives us invaluable data across many scientific disciplines. Not just astrophysics, but also cosmology, and even geophysics might learn from the explosion. Studying this supernova could also help us understand more about the universe. For example, scientists could gain a better understanding of how massive stars evolve into supernovae and what kinds of remnants they leave behind. After all, supernovae often give birth to black holes or neutron stars, which are some of the most extreme objects in the cosmos. These processes cannot be recreated in laboratories on Earth, but Betelgeuse's explosion would offer a unique, real-time observational experiment. Another important area of study is gravitational waves, which are ripples in the fabric of space-time. These were predicted by Einstein and only recently confirmed. A nearby supernova like Betelgeuse would probably give off detectable gravitational waves, which would help physicists learn more about these mysterious forces. The technology for detecting gravitational waves has only recently become sophisticated, enough to allow us to observe them in relation to a specific, well-documented stellar event like Betelgeuse's explosion. It would have a huge impact on our understanding of gravity, the nature of space-time, and the forces that shape the universe. And we haven't even mentioned the impact on neutrino astronomy. Neutrinos are subatomic particles that are really tricky to detect. They're emitted in huge quantities during a supernova. Betelgeuse would give us a rare chance to capture these fleeting particles and study them further, which could give us new insights into particle physics and even reshape current theories. In a broader sense, such an event would prompt humanity to rethink its relationship with the stars. As a species, we've always been fascinated by the night sky. A supernova occurring within our neighborhood in the cosmos would remind us of how dynamic and ever-changing the universe is. It could also remind us of the fragility and resilience of life on Earth. After all, we are made of stardust, elements forged in the cores of ancient stars, some of which exploded long ago in events just like this one. If Betelgeuse were to go supernova, it wouldn't just be the scientific community paying attention. The explosion would make headlines, spark public fascination, and likely become a global spectacle. For months, maybe even years, people around the world would be looking up at the sky, watching as Betelgeuse shines brighter than ever before, maybe even outshining the full moon for a while. In today's world, where we're all so connected, the event would have a global impact. There'd be loads of images and videos of the star on social media. Amateur astronomers would set up telescopes in their backyards, keen to catch a glimpse of history in the night sky. Schools, museums, and science centers around the world would be quick to put together talks, exhibits, and viewing events. It would be a great opportunity for science communication, as millions of people would suddenly become interested in learning more about the stars, space, and the universe. But beyond the initial awe and wonder, there would likely be more profound cultural effects. Historically, celestial events have often been interpreted through the lens of mythology, religion, or even superstition. In ancient times, comets, eclipses, and supernovae were seen as omens, either good or bad. While today we understand the science behind such events, a supernova, as prominent as Betelgeuse's, would still capture the human imagination in profound ways. In many ways, Betelgeuse's explosion could be a good reminder of the bigger picture. For a moment, people might think about how small they are in the grand scheme of things, which could lead to some new ideas or even a change in perspective. The fact that such a massive star, which has been a familiar part of the night sky for millennia, could suddenly explode might serve as a reminder that everything, even the stars, is temporary. Some might see it as a symbol of renewal, a cosmic cycle where destruction leads to the birth of new stars and new worlds. On a more practical level, Betelgeuse's supernova could inspire a new generation of scientists, astronomers, and engineers. As with previous celestial events, like the moon landing, the supernova could inspire a new generation of scientists, astronomers, and engineers. It might also lead to a surge in STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, education. Young people watching the supernova might be inspired to pursue careers in space science, eager to unravel the mysteries of the cosmos. On top of that, the event could have political and economic knock-on effects. Governments might decide to pump more money into space agencies and research institutions, realizing that we need to understand not just our planet, but the universe beyond too. After all, a supernova in our cosmic neighborhood would be a stark reminder of the dynamic and potentially dangerous environment of space. It could even reignite debates about the future of space exploration and the need for human colonies beyond Earth. In the world of art and culture, Betelgeuse's explosion would probably become a powerful symbol. Musicians, poets, filmmakers, and visual artists might be inspired by the event, creating works that capture the awe, mystery, and emotion of witnessing a star's death. The supernova would be more than just a scientific phenomenon. It would also be a cultural moment, a shared experience that resonates on a deep, emotional level. At the same time, some people might find the event a bit scary or anxiety-inducing. There's a risk of misinformation spreading quickly, especially online, with some people predicting that the supernova is a sign of impending disaster. While scientists would be quick to reassure the public that Betelgeuse poses no direct threat to Earth, there's a chance that rumors and conspiracy theories could take hold. It'll be important for educators and communicators to manage public perception and keep people focused on the beauty and wonder of the event, rather than letting fear take hold. In the end, Betelgeuse's supernova would be a rare, once-in-a-lifetime event that brings humanity together. It would show that we all share the same sky, no matter where we live or what we believe. For a short time, people might set aside their differences and just enjoy the show of a dying star, something that has been in the making for billions of years.